press the bell icon on the YouTube app and never miss another update.
Hello students, welcome back to your social science class, and today we are going to deal with a new chapter, that is management of business under business studies, and this is the first chapter, and I think this is the only chapter in business studies. Just give me a second. Oh yeah, that's the only chapter that is there in this part maybe. Alright, now what are we going to study in management of business? What is business? Business is, now you and I plan to put a chocolate factory, okay, a chocolate industry. Now we'll have to sell our products to our customers, isn't it? And we will have to make a certain amount of profit. What are we doing? We are able to make a certain amount of profit out of the products that we have produced, and that process of doing it is business. Now you and I have put that factory, but we don't send our chocolates to anybody. Is that possible? It's not possible, isn't it? Our products will get spoiled, our chocolates will get spoiled, and we will have no money, we will not get back the money that we have invested in it. Alright? Now what are you going to focus on in this chapter is, you will study the meaning of management, the different principles that are there on how you will have to manage certain things, functional areas of management, and the decision making processes in the areas of managing a business. Now you may not have understood principles, functions. We will see as we deal with it in the lesson. We will go one by one and understand it carefully so that you understand it properly. Alright? Now management, see, management can happen at home. Now if nobody is, if work is not distributed properly, do you think it will happen? Now in a hospital or in a school or in a college, in any work field, if people are not told properly that this is the kind of job you are asked to do, or this is the kind of job that you are called for, then people will not understand what to do, isn't it? Either you must tell them that this is the kind of job that I am asking you to give me, or they would assign you certain kinds of job, isn't it? Now if there is no communication like that, then there is no proper management, there is no proper division of work, nor is there proper production of anything that you have done. Now this management works in small organizations, big organizations, even where you make profit, okay, where you don't make profit, anywhere for that matter, you will have to manage yourself. Now take your studies itself. Don't you have to manage your classes? Don't you have to manage your writing of notes? Don't you have to manage your study plan? That is basic management, isn't it? You will have to do it for yourself. Now what I have to study, which subject I have to study, which note should I write now, okay, when do I start studying for my internals, or when do I start studying for my semesters, or what is that, midterm and boards, when do I plan out my timetable, what do I do at home, what are you doing? You are managing it with yourself. Similarly, you will be, when so many people gather together, when many people come together, there is also management. Otherwise, it is all misunderstandings that happen, and nobody will do any work to the fulfilling level that is needed. Nobody will do a specific kind of job. It will be messy everywhere. Everybody will not know what to do. So management is required everywhere. Now if you are planning picnic with your friends or with your family, don't you start arranging your things. What will you bring? What will I bring? What will you pack? What will I pack? How many things shall go in your bag? How many things shall be going in my bag? Okay? What kind of clothes will you bring? Don't you ask, don't you plan among your friends? Now what is happening? You are dividing. Now your friend tells, okay, I will bring snacks. Then you decide and tell, I will bring juice and I will bring chocolates. So are you not dividing? You are managing things. So this is basic management. In a bigger organizations, okay, in schools, colleges, hospitals, any industries, certain kind of management is done. Now, certain teachers are teaching you certain subjects, isn't it? There is a hierarchy, there is a principal, then there is a vice principal. So there are different people who are in certain positions, isn't it? They are doing that specific kind of job for whatever they have to do. Now the principal is the head of the institution, or the manager is the head of the institution. Then the vice principal, he or she has her own task, isn't it? And then the senior teachers, the junior teachers, they all have their own kind of job to do, apart from whatever they are teaching. Now who is doing all this management? Who is telling where what has to be done? There is a certain rules, there are certain rules, and there are certain things that each person is told, this is your kind of job, this is your kind of job, you will have to do it. Now in a hospital also, there are so many people, isn't there? Doctors, there are nurses, there are ward boys, there are ward girls, okay. There are many people in the medical store. Now if the person in the medical store is going in the operation theatre, will it work? No, it won't work, isn't it? The person who is supposed to go into the operation theatre will only have to go there and conduct that operation there. That is how you are managing things. Okay, now let's understand the meaning of management. Okay. Okay, meaning of management. Now, it's used to refer what? Refer to the principles of managing the activities of an enterprise. Managing okay, this is one kind. We'll get into that. Just a second, let me write the next one also. It refers to a field of learning or a branch of knowledge. Okay, branch of knowledge. Okay, understand the first one there. Refers to the principles of managing. Okay, just give me a second. Okay, refers to the principles of managing the activities of an enterprise. Now, what does management mean? It means you are having certain regulations, you are having certain functions, you are having certain principles for what? For managing the activities of an enterprise, of an organization, of an institution, okay, anything for that matter. So you will need certain rules, isn't it? You will need certain things so that everybody can follow. Now, if you didn't have time in the school, if you and I, both teachers and students, didn't have a specific time to come to school or to college, what would happen? Now that we are told we have to come to school at this time, we'll have to leave. These many number of hours you will have to spend in school, and this is the end. This is the last hour. If the timetable was not set in that way, what would happen? We wouldn't know. We wouldn't know what to do, isn't it? That is why that is called as managing. So take daily life examples that are there and understand what has to be done. Next one is refers to a field of learning or a branch of knowledge. Now, why it's called as a field of learning or branch of knowledge? Because each time you're doing something, each time you want to manage something, You are learning, isn't it? Now suppose you don't know, now you are made the coordinator, or you are made the secretary of any function. Now you are told you will have to organize a talents day. Okay, talents day, let's take talents day. What is said? You are the organizer, you are the student organizer. Okay, there is a teacher and there are other members, forget them. But as the student organizer, you are told these are the things that you will have to organize. You will have to you will have to make the inauguration ready, you will have to look at the valedictory, you will have to keep the prizes ready. Okay, you will have to collect the names of students who are going to get the prizes, you have to keep the seating arrangements, okay, etc. and etc. many things. Now let's take inauguration and valedictory, seating arrangement and prize distribution. Okay. So what you have to do now? So suppose you make a list of all the things that you need. What you will have to do? You will have to divide the work now. You will not be able to do it alone, isn't it? Now suppose you think that you can do it alone. You will not get enough time to do it. Yet if you can do it, there will be some things that you will get to learn there. Maybe something goes wrong on that day. Okay, maybe 1 or 2 names are written wrongly on the certificates. Okay, assume so. 1 or 2 names by mistakenly are written wrong on the certificates. Now suppose I have to get a certificate, you wrote my name wrong and you wrote somebody else's name in my certificate. Now what do you learn there? You learn something that, okay, how certificates have to be arranged, how the order has to go, where the mistake has been done. If you go back and see, you will understand where the mistake has gone. Okay, who has done the mistake? Who has written it wrongly? Now what do? You get a correction to correction so that whenever you get a chance in future in this area of certificates, you will never do that mistake. Because once you have learned, okay, this is the way I had to arrange the certificates which I didn't do, and that's why it has led to that mistake that I have committed. Now they are going on stage and they are looking back here and there and then fully confused, and people didn't like it. But the next time you do it, people will like it because you have learned from whatever mistake you have done. Okay, so add on few more examples of your own and you will understand it better. So field of learning and a branch of knowledge, or branch of knowledge, one and the same. Moving further, we will see people who have given certain definitions on management, and let's see what they have to say about what management is. Okay, J.L. Haynes or Heinz, whatever it is, Haynes. Let's take it as Haynes. Names don't have a certain kind of pronunciation, isn't it? Okay. J.L. Haynes says, management is an art of getting things done through other people. What did he say? He said management is an art of getting things done through other people. Do you think he is right? Management is an art of getting things done through other people. Now go back to the example I gave you. You are the coordinator. Okay, there is inauguration to be done. The people who want to organize have told there should be a very innovative way of inaugurating the function. So inauguration, valedictory, prize distribution, and let's take some cultural program. Okay. Now do you think you can manage all the 4 of them all at once? Can you do that? Now morning, okay, if you begin at 9 p.m. let's begin at 9 a.m. Okay, 9 a.m. You have the inauguration, okay, followed by the prize distribution, then the cultural program, and then the valedictory. 4 aspects are there, divided into 4 parts. Now, will it be easier if you divide the 4 parts into 4 different people and then they divide themselves, or will it be easier if one person, that is you, deal with all the 4 parts? What will be much easier? Will you be dealing with all the 4 parts be easier, or you dividing the 4 parts to one person each will be easier? Which among them do you think will be easier? Now, if you divide, see, there are 4 things, isn't it? Now, is it easier if you divide it into one person, that is you, or is it easier if you divide it into 4 persons? Okay. Now, these are okay. You are here. These are the 4 things that are there. Okay, 4 aspects that are there. Now, you have given them the in charges. Now, which one is easier? All the 4? If you deal is easier, or if you divide the 4 functions into 4 people and then they divide how many ever people they want, okay, how many ever they want, will that be easier? See, now if you are doing it alone, you will have control over everything. Here too, you will have control over everything. Now these 4 people, okay, these 4 events, okay, the 4 people of these events can come and give you information so that you will be informed, isn't it? Now, which one do you think is easier, first one or the second one? According to me, the second one. Because when you divide work, it is much more easier. It's not necessary that you will not know anything. You must inform the other 4 people that you have assigned to tell them that you will have to report to me whatever is happening. And see, when one person has to concentrate only on the inauguration, he will do it much better than you doing it on all the 4 things. You will be dead tired by the day is done because you will have to concentrate and your mind has to be working very fast. Whereas here, your work is only to supervise what has to be done. What people are doing, supervise whom? Supervise this person. This person will supervise this person. So it's division and divisions, okay? Hierarchy is going in that way. There's a person on top, that's you, and you are dividing it into people, and many people are working, but you are the leader. So this is mostly accepted everywhere, okay? There are ways where you will have to delegate, okay? That is divide the work that is there. So do you think J.L. Haynes is right? He is right, because management is an art of getting things done through other people. Now it's an art. Why does he say it's an art? Because it's not easy to convince people, it's not easy to put forth your words and make people understand that this is the thing, these are the things that I need you to do so that we can have this program. Now you as a leader will have to have your language fine, okay, language which is very convincing, any language for that matter. Okay, when you put forth your people who want to work with you, whom you want to work with you, you will have to be very kind and convincing to them. Otherwise, they wouldn't want to work with you. So it's an art. Okay, you have to master the skill of communication. So it's an art of getting things done through other people. Let's not drag further. It's an easy definition that's there. All right, moving further, there's another person, George R. Terry. Okay, I would not like to write it down. I'm just going to read it for you. Management is follow your text, page number 139. Management is a distinct process consisting of planning, organizing, accurating, and controlling performance to determine and accomplish the objectives by the use of people and resources. Now, he is also right in his own way, because see, he says management is a distinct process. It is a variety of processes that go on. What is the processes? Consist of planning. Now take this example. You need planning, isn't it? You need planning. Who are the 4 good leaders that you want? Then you will have to instruct them. Before you instruct, you should know what you will have to instruct them. So you will have to plan. Now if you will have to plan along with these 4 people and all these people, so that these 4 programs become successful. So what you will have to do? Plan. Organizing. Okay, organizing is maybe background work as well as on the day of the function. Okay. Accutating and controlling performance. Okay, looking after things and controlling the aspects that are there, controlling the performances that are happening. Now, let's take inauguration. The guests are sitting on the stage. Okay, the guests are there, and then you'll have to arrange the chairs, you'll have to arrange the backdrop, you'll have to arrange the sounds. Okay, so what's happening over here? You are controlling certain performances that are happening, and as a result of the performances that you have controlled, you get a certain kind of result in the end. So, controlling performances to determine and accomplish the objectives. So, why do you do all these? Why do you do all these principles? To determine and accomplish the objectives. Okay, you have a certain goal to fulfill. Now, what's your goal on this? In this example, execution and a perfect program on that day. Okay, on the talents day, a perfect program that has to be arranged. That is your main objective, that's your main goal there. So, in order to achieve that goal, in order to get that result that you have taken a lot of trouble in the background, you will have to control certain things that are there, and in order to achieve these objects, accomplish these objectives, you will have to have certain kind of planning, controlling, accutating, okay, organizing to be done. Accomplish the objectives by the use of people and resources. So what does he say? How you have to achieve or accomplish your objectives? By the use of people and resources. Now what have you done here? You have used, now you are 1, okay, divided into 4. Now 4 are again divided into maybe 4, here 4, 4 and 4. So many people are there, okay, so many people are involved in it. But whereas here you are only 1, and that's not the right way of doing anything anytime. So make use of people and resources. So here you are making use of people and resources that you want. Maybe you need paper, stationery, okay, you need certain items that are needed. Make use of these resources and execute it in a, not a perfect manner as such, but whatever is good in its own way. Not messy anywhere, no disturbances anywhere, but a clean program that is there, okay. So this is what George R. Terry says. Moving further, let's understand the other aspects that are there. Okay, we'll understand. See, that's this predetermined things done through the efforts of others. Management is a sum total. That paragraph will come when we are dealing with the functions of management. All right. Now we'll see the principles of management. What's the first principle? Now these principles are given by Henry Fayol. Okay, Fayol. Henry Fayol. Why does he gives certain principles, okay, he gives certain things, certain ways as to how you can effectively manage your business. He says first there should be division of work. That is delegation of your responsibilities that are there. Now in the example that we took, did you divide your work? 1 became 4 and 4 became 4 each. Okay? So there were many people. Now in return what did you do? You divided the work. So he says division of work is very important. Now what does division of work help you in? It helps you in specialization. Okay, and efficiency. Now, if there is a great artist, okay, let's move on with that example, or let's take a fresh example. Now, if there are different doctors, isn't it? They specialize in different. There is a child care doctor. Then there are doctors for your ear, okay, your bones, okay, various other specializations that they do. Now, there are general doctors also. Apart from general doctors, leave the general doctors. Let's take the doctors who are specialized in certain parts of your body. Now, if you have any problem with your eyes, if you go to a dentist, will that work? It won't work. So what has happened here? Division of work has happened. A general doctor may prescribe you general medicines. He knows everything in a neutral way. Specialization, why has the dentist specialized in dentistry? Because that's the area of interest, or that's the area that the person likes. So he can deal effectively. So efficiently you will have to work. You may get good results out of whatever is being done. Now in the same way for teachers. Now certain teachers take certain subjects. Now they will be very thorough with their subject, isn't it? But if you now let's take a PE master, okay, your PT master, and a subject teacher, any subject teacher. Now if the subject teacher is good at sports, alright, if it is not. Now I understand the subject teacher is not good, any subject teacher is not good at sports. If the person is asked to train just like what the PT master does, will that be possible? It won't be possible. The PE master is trained in that particular field and he knows properly, he or she knows properly what has to be trained, how students have to be taught, what are the techniques of or tactics of using the certain resources that are there or certain equipments that are there in the ground or in your hand. But if PT master is asked to deal with a certain subject, he may not be specialized in that subject. Okay, so everybody has their own way of own specializations, everybody has their own subject, and that's how they teach it. Alright? Now, it's in the same case of if you ask the barber to do a cobbler's job, that won't be possible in case he knows both. So, specializations, it helps you lead into specialization, which in return give you efficiency in its matter. Next, what does division of work do? It minimizes wastage. Okay, minimizes wastage and maximizes production and profit. Production and profit. So when a certain person is not specialized in a certain field, he will waste the resources because he will have to learn and relearn whatever is there. And when he is specialized or she is specialized in a certain field, then there is maximum production that is there. Okay, maximum utilization of all the resources because that person knows that these resources will help me and this is the way I have to use those resources. Alright, with that production you in turn get profit. Second one is authority and responsibility. Okay, authority and responsibility. Now, see, there is, well, let's take a school. There's the principal, there's the vice principal. Okay, this is the basic understanding. And then there are teachers. Okay, or if there are many other people in between. Only let's take principal, vice principal and teachers and students. So what's happening here? The principal has its own responsibilities, the vice principal has her or his own responsibility, similar to the other two. So certain kind of authority is there with the principal. Certain kind of authority is there with the teachers. Now this authority is for the whole. Now the principal is dealing with the whole institution. So he or she has a greater role to play. The vice principal has a role of these. The teacher has a role of this. Student has a role on himself. So each person has their own authority in their own way. And we have a personal responsibility also. Now, as a teacher, my personal responsibility will be to teach you, to make you understand the concepts that are there, to make you understand the subject. But vice principal will have her or his certain personal responsibilities. Teachers will have to obey. There is an order that has to follow. Alright? Now, both of these, authority and responsibility, come to you with your experience. Okay? Maybe past or certain experience that you go through today, your intelligence and your moral worth. Okay? So how do you get certain kind of authority or responsibility? Now see, responsibility everybody has according to themselves. Now I have responsibility for my life, you have responsibility for your life, isn't it? So that's how everything works. But when we come to an organization or an institution, there are certain responsibilities that have to be followed. They come along with your intelligence, your authority and, your experience, intelligence and moral worth. The third one is discipline. Okay, and third aspect of principles is discipline. Now, discipline, see you, every field has their own kind of discipline. Now, maybe there is a manager, okay, he has a managerial authority, that is, he has his own work at his post. In his post, he has his own work, okay. Now, he has his responsibility towards many people who are working under him. Okay, many people who are working under him, he has his own responsibilities, isn't it? He has to convey his message properly to those people. Now, this is the senior manager, okay? Then there are other managers over here. Then under this there are 2 people, okay, or 3 people. Okay. So, in order to run this company, there should be discipline, isn't it? A time should be set for the work. Now, let's take 9 to 5 o'clock. 9 to 5. They have to come. The manager will communicate with these people. These will communicate with this and this and this and this. Okay? So that is how discipline is maintained by certain objectives or certain rules that have been set by the company. Now discipline involves you coming on time, you doing your work on time, you doing whatever is assigned to you. Okay, not unnecessary things, but whatever is being assigned to you, do it perfectly on your own. Now, in case not done, certain penalties or fines are also given to those people. Okay, there are certain rules and regulations, certain laws that bind between the employer and the employee, and that has to be followed. This person is the employer, he is giving you the job. You are the employee, you are working under them. Okay, certain rules and regulations to be followed. In turn, basic discipline has to be followed. Now, with this we will stop here, students. We will continue with the principles in the next class that is coming, or the next part that is coming, and move further in order to understand what is important in the management of business. Thank you, students, for listening.